Man, should I blast the woodchuck or not? Hi guys, thanks for watching and welcome back to Airgun Evolution. When the side shot came out, I went out and I got one of these, and this is a cell phone camera side shot. It's the cell phone model where you stick your phone in there, stick it on the gun and start recording. Now when it first came out, I watched a whole bunch of videos and I determined that to get the best quality, I needed to get a camera app that could more precisely control the features on my phone. Speaking of my phone, this will most likely only pertain to you if you have an iPhone, because the app I'm going to be speaking about is only available on iOS, on the App Store for Apple phones, iPhones. So when it first came out, Filmic Pro, everybody was saying Filmic Pro or Pro Movie, and I went out and Filmic Pro was about $20 and Pro Movie was like $5 or $6 on the App Store, and I bought both of them. I started using Filmic Pro because I thought, you know, it's more expensive, it's gonna give me the best quality, but every time I used it I would just get frustrated with it because I could have the crosshairs pin sharp it, aim at a target, then they go fuzzy, I take the shot, and after I've taken the shot they go back to being sharp again, and I've had everything locked down and perfect. So I was getting so frustrated. When I went to Florida to shoot iguanas, I'm like, listen, I gotta change something up, this isn't working, let me try Pro Movie. Put in Pro Movie, instantly fell in love with it. That's what I'm using from now on, and it just clicks and makes sense. I'm gonna show you how I set mine up right now, so you can set yours up and get awesome quality as well. Step one, we gotta put this on the gun. I know I have mine all flipped around backwards, but is what it is. So we got it on, stick your phone in, and I'll move the camera. So let's go. One of the first most important things that I'm not covering in this video, because there are some videos on how to do it and the instructions come, is how to set this up, the side shot on your phone, so you get really good quality when you're filming. I have the phone and the side shot all on the gun, and we're gonna get started right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and click my Pro Movie app. And this is the screen that first comes up. If you look over here, you can see where it says 1080p 60 FPS. That's your video quality and your video speed. So if you click on that, you can change everything. You can go from 4K to 3K to 1080p to 720. You would go to 720 if you want to do super slow-mo, which it would be 240 frames per second. I'm going to stick to 1080p 60 frames per second, even though I could do 120. And down here, I'm gonna have it on my max quality setting, just because max quality, you want max quality, I guess, right? I don't know what this actually does, but seems like it's something good. I'm gonna go ahead and click the little check mark in the circle right here and say done. The next thing you wanna do is click this little cog right here. This is your settings menu. So if you click that right here, a little drop-down menu will come up, and you will see a little hand with some wobbly marks around it that says advanced. This is your camera's stability control system, where it tries to smooth out your footage. And if you've watched my last video, you know that this is something you don't want. Even though it sounds like it's a good thing, stability control, it gives you the opposite effect when looking through a scope with a camera. So you click it once, it says standard. Click it one more time, and now it says off. And now it's completely off. And just click down here in the frame someplace to get rid of that menu. And I'm gonna go ahead and hit record so you can see the changes on camera taking effect in real time. So I'm gonna hit record right now, and then I'm gonna go to zoom because it's really tiny right there. Hit your zoom. So that highlights, and you get a little slider right here you can control with your finger. And now you can just zoom into how much you want it zoomed in. Maybe you want it right there with the full frame and picture, but I'm gonna go all the way so you guys can see the most. Now once I go to another feature, that's locked in, that's not going to change. So then I'll go to my focus, and I'll do this by eye. Right about there seems like it's really good focus for me, and once I change again, that's locked in. The next thing I want to do is go to my shutter right here. The shutter control is it's going to darken the image or lighten it depending on what you go to. So I'm actually just going to give it a little more darkness right there. That seems pretty good to me. I'm gonna leave the ISO alone, and then I'm gonna go to white balance, Actually, I'm gonna come back my shutter speed just a bit. The camera I'm filming with is actually making it brighter than what it appears here. It's like I've got one camera brightening up another camera, brightening up another image. It's kind of odd. That right there seems really nice to me. I'm gonna go to my white balance. You get a little pop-up menu. I kind of ignore it and I go over here to manual. And if you look at the grass, what this is doing is it's basically controlling the color temperature of the image it's recording. And by that I mean if I go all the way up here, I can make it blue, right? And if I go all the way down, I can make it more normal. So somewhere right around 8,000 looks like it's a good image to me. Looks like the grass is actually green. It doesn't have a blue tint to it. And now I'm all set up. Another important thing is if you look, you can see that my reticle is also the correct orientation. You can see the numbers are all facing the correct way. Now in order to do that, to get your reticle facing the correct way and get actually everything facing the correct way, because remember you're dealing with a prism in here that's going to flip your entire image, your reticle, your target, everything. You want to go to your settings menu right here by clicking the cog, scroll over till you see transform, and you can see the little shape that I have mine in here. Let me zoom in on it. And you can see how I have mine where you can see like two little triangles and the one on the left is filled in. If you click on that, normally that's how it's going to look. Two little triangles and the one on the left is white. You want the one on the left to be orange, which means you want to flip. So by flipping it, you get your reticle correct. Let me go back and I'll show you what it looks like normally. So when it's normal, you can see everything is backwards. So transform, flip. Now you're only going to have to do that setting once because the app will actually remember that one precise setting. The other settings like your zoom, your focus, and your anti-shake you're going to have to do every time you close down the app and reopen it. The transform, it will remember that. Explaining this took a little longer than it should, but you guys can do it on your own without a camera recording. Probably within 30 seconds. And we'll see what we get down here. Oh, I do see that woodchuck. Oh man. Should I blast the woodchuck or not? Should I blast the woodchuck or not? He is right there. Man, should I blast the woodchuck or not? Oh man. There we go. Stick your head up. Oh, nailed him. Maybe not. There we go. Stick your head up. Oh, nailed him. Maybe not. Alright, we'll let the woodchuck go for now. Ooh, awesome shot. Well, seeing how I broke right there, the cheap mounts that everybody told me in the last video I did with this gun were crap and don't use these mounts, they're gonna fail on you. You guys were all correct. Since I broke those on the gun, I'm gonna do the rest of the video just holding the phone in my hand, maybe having it in the side shot. Now I'm gonna show you some other settings. This is your microphone setting right here. I leave this exactly the way it comes. I know sample rate higher is probably better, and the AAC or PCM, I'm not really sure what that is, so I leave it alone. Same thing with the audio gain. So I just exit that right out. Up in this little corner, that icon right there adjusts what you actually can see on your screen. You see how my image is overlaid with my menus. If you click this once, now my image is within my menu bar. So maybe that's easier for you to see. I like mine in my menu bar. If you click this again, it puts it a full screen but gets rid of all the menu options. So that's what you're left with. To get back, you just click up here in the corner again. This is how I like to have mine set up, so where I can see all my settings and adjust everything. If you look at this top menu bar right here, it gives you a brief overview of what you got going on. So you can see I have 23% battery power. You can see that my anti-shake is off. It's got the little hand with the circle and the slash through it. So you can see my audio setting at the top. So if I make a loud noise, you can see it spiking there. The next thing I want to demonstrate is my overlays. The best way I can show that is with the scope cap actually on, so you're just seeing a black screen so you can see all the lines and stuff. So if you notice my screen, I have my grid on. 2 lines going down, 2 lines going across. To get that on, which I like because it helps me line up my crosshairs and everything with the camera, so I know everything's level and straight, I go to my settings cog, go to overlay, and I have my grid setting right here. So if I take it off, you can see it goes off. If I put it on, it goes on. My guide, that is basically what aspect ratio you want to shoot in. I leave that right off. And there's a level setting. So let me turn the level on and the guide on. I don't like to use the level setting. It doesn't help me out a lot, but it's just something there. So you see the little circle now in the cross. Now this will basically tell you if you're canted. You can see the level, how it kind of works. Like I say again, I like to turn this off. But if you go to your settings right here, another cool option, if you go to your grid, you can actually choose which color, the size of the grid you want. See, I have mine in a 3x3. I have mine in yellow, so it's easy to see, but you can actually pick any color you want right here. It's really cool option, you know, just get into it and play with it a little bit. It's just icing on the cake, I guess you could say. So guys, I hope this was very helpful for you, and I hope it helps you get the best quality you can out of your setup. A brief overview what we did here. Settings, anti-shake off, transform on, flip that thing around, zoom it in, lock it in, focus it up, and it locks it in. Then go to your shutter speed and get the nice brightness you want. Once you have the brightness settings you want, go to your WB, your white balance, and make sure everything, you know, the grass looks green instead of blue and the sky looks blue instead of, I don't know, yellow or something, whatever it would look like. Anyways guys, I hope that helps you out. If it does, leave a like and comment down below. Any questions, leave some questions for me. I'd be glad to answer them, and as always, I'll see you next time. Bye. Also, I'm kind of sure everybody's going to want to know what kind of scope this is, so I'm also going to leave the scope and how I got it, where I got it from, the name of it in the description. It's like a no-name scope you got to search for on Amazon. I'll leave that info in the description, so hopefully that answers some questions. Alright guys, I hope that helped you if you were like me and had some issues getting your side shot set up. The app is called ProMovie. I'll write its name in the description. It's only available for the iPhones. If you own an Android phone and do a search for the app called ProMovie, it is a actual movie watching app, like you would actually watch videos on it. It looks exactly the same. It's set up to be like a scam, I think, to get people confused to buy it, and then they're like, oh, stuck with it. Just do your research. If you have an Android phone, maybe it'll come along, maybe it won't. Orion the Iguana Hunter does have an Android phone, and he's going to do some tutorial videos on the apps he uses and how he gets the best quality he can for his phone and his setup, the apps he's using. I hope you enjoyed it. Go check out his videos. I don't think it's going to be up yet, but it will be up in a couple days or a week. I don't know. I have no idea when he's actually making the movie. I just kind of threw him under the bus right now to make the movie. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. See you next time, guys. Bye.